Say you only make real change when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain that it's going to take to get to the goal that you want to get to. Hi, I'm Brandon Alexander. I'm almost 40, and I spent the last 20 years with a PhD in tacos, beer, junk food, and zero self-control. Now, as you can see, I'm literally on the path, walking toward the best version of me I can be, and I'd love to take you with me. In this video today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about my journey and a milestone I recently hit just yesterday on day number 151 of walking 24,000 steps a day. So on day 150, I was lucky enough to have my brother come and visit. He was in town for SEMA. He's got a body shop out in California. And I've been out in Vegas for a couple of years. Since I've been there, a lot has happened. I've quit drinking. I have started traveling for work. So when I moved to Vegas, I had just started this gig where I travel from place to place, and it was interesting just kind of staying home. When you become a Vegas local, you don't really go to the Strip, but SEMA is in town and it is on the Strip. My brother's staying at the Mandalay Bay. So on day 150, we went and grabbed a bite to eat at the Durango Casino, which is closer to where I live. And then we went to Mandalay Bay and we went for a walk. And we walked from the Mandalay Bay down to, Sahara Casino, which is on the opposite side of the Strip. It's about 11 or 12,000 steps, or 5.5 to 6 miles. We took the monorail back, walked back through Excalibur and back to Mandalay Bay. And the whole way we took the stairs. Every single opportunity, it was 26 flights of stairs. And there's stairs between the streets. They try to put bridges over every street. That way the pedestrians aren't walking in traffic and less people are getting hit, which is great. But we opted for the stairs at every opportunity that we had to take them. Why is this relevant? Well, first of all, if I looked back 10 years, maybe 8 years ago, there's no way I would have been able to do that. And we're having a full-on conversation the entire time, which is just incredible. Yesterday, I stepped on the scale before I left for South Carolina, which is where I'm at right now. And I saw 1 in front of the 3-digit number for the first time in 10 years, 198. I still got a little ways to go. But to see that number is really a testament to what I'm doing out here. You know, it really does happen one day at a time. And to be honest, when I started out at 232, 152 days ago, I couldn't see this part of the journey. I couldn't see it. I was just thinking, man, if I could just get down to 215, that'd be kind of cool. You know, just kind of selling my path a little bit short, but just hoping that I could get to a milestone that was halfway there to 200. You know, if you asked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know, if I ever thought I'd get back down to my high school weight, you know, there'd be no way. And that was 185. I actually feel like it's more possible now than ever. You know, and the goal here is just to live a healthy, active life, to be able to do things like climb stairs now and 10, 15, 20 years from now. Got a nephew coming that I mentioned before. He shares my name. My brother's going to name my nephew after me. I think that's really cool. And the idea of being able to be active throughout his young life is going to be really awesome. You know, the idea of if he wants to go and play at a play area, push him on the swing, I can run around with him. I can crawl through the jungle gyms. You know, all that stuff is invaluable to me. That's like the one thing now that I'm seeing life is really about, is the experiences that we can have with our loved ones if we take good care of ourselves, if we dedicate our time and energy to just being great. Because at the end of the day, we got 2 options, you know, and it's like the amount of overconsumption nowadays. Everybody is trying to dampen what they're going through in their mind. There's a lot of mental health issues nowadays, and people are trying to silence it with drugs and alcohol. And it shows more now than ever, especially because I've been sober. I just see it. And it's sad because we do live in a country with the greatest opportunities in the world. We take it for granted because we think that this is just the way it is. on the other side of the coin, it requires a big time commitment. We turn around and we wonder where the time went. Yesterday I spent the majority of time traveling here. There's no direct flights to Greenville, South Carolina, so I laid over in Atlanta. Things were a little bit delayed. I got here later than expected. Dealt with some issues where they didn't have internet at the hotel, and I didn't get to sleep until about 11 o'clock. But I realized, when you ask God for patience, it's going to give you situations where you're going to be tested. Your patience is going to be tested. And it's about how you react to specific situations that will determine whether you end up on top or if you just kind of implode. If you break down in situations where there's not really much that can be done, it's going to just spell things out for you in your regular life and how you handle your everyday tasks. I kind of love the challenge of going from place to place, from time zone to time zone. Last month I spent all month on the West Coast, so no time zone changes. But this is a 3-hour difference. So that means the same 3 a.m. I wake up here is midnight at home. And yesterday I got up at 3 at home, which is 6 a.m. here. So it's getting adjusted to that in a short period of time and also being available for a 10-hour workday. I say that to say this, if we don't challenge ourselves, if we don't go through the pain of changing, then we will always stay the same. And the question is that what you want for yourself? Or do you want to see real lasting change on something that you put the work in, that you put the time in? I keep bringing up New Year's and how everyone sets goals around New Year's. And by 2 weeks into New Year's, they're done. Last year, I wasn't prepared for this. Fortunately, out here, it's warm. But I wasn't doing this last year. This time around, I was out here for the same conference. While I wasn't drinking, I was still eating like crap. And it just showed. The changes that we can make, though, in such a short period of time, I hope that you can see them through me. It's only been 5 months, a little over 5 months, and I honestly can't believe it. The combination of walking and carnivore has literally transformed my life, obviously on top of sobriety. And I'm just looking forward to more great, impactful wins on this journey. So I'm hoping that, and I hear this too, but I'm hoping that I inspire you to change the things that you want to change in your life. Take the leaps that you've been kind of waiting on taking, the ones that you're a little bit scared to take because you don't know what's going to happen. That's where the best change happens, is where you can't see the road around the curve, or you can't see the result, and you have to just keep showing up every day and making sure it happens. Yesterday posed a lot of obstacles for me trying to get my long form video out. But it was something that I said I was going to do. And when I say I'm going to do something, ever since I went sober, I do it because the time is now. We don't have time to go back and forth on things. We have to make a decision, which is to cut off the option of everything else and go directly toward that with just the most aggressive force. So if you made it this far in this video, I want you to leave the word action in the comments. And that's going to be you taking action like I'm taking action toward achieving your goals and never looking back. Remember, guys, it goes one day at a time. We don't jump over days. There's rainy days, there's foggy days, there's windy days. But we show up every single day for ourselves and for our families if we have them. And we set the example for others so that they see it can be done too. I'm realizing my calling is to serve other people in a capacity of showing them that nothing is impossible. I'm almost to 500 subs here on YouTube, which is amazing. I never thought that might happen. My views are going up, my watch hours are going up, and I'm just enjoying doing this. It feels right. It feels like this is something I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm so grateful.
Like and subscribe.
So for everybody that is rocking with me, I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.